Tired of workouts that just don't work out? Costly training equipment that takes weeks to learn? Novelty diets that don't give results? Well, put an end to all the gimmicks. For the first time on American television, superstar William Shatner offers his celebrity workout video cassette.
Hi, I'm Bill Shatner. You know, it's Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise and his officer T.J. Hooker of the popular series of the same name. People often ask me how I maintain my masculine, virile physique. Well, now, my secret can be yours. You, too, can shape up. Hold my new workout video. Kirk out. Workout.
That's right. Star Trek's own William Shatner successfully translates his unique physical acting abilities into an exercise regime that boldly goes where no workout has gone before.
Take inches off your stomach, your sides, and the final frontier.
The 60-minute color cassette includes the phaser stunt for abdominals, the Shatner power run.
Come on, you punk! Let's go, you punk!
The punk for pecs. The bridge turn for those unsightly love handles.
Stop! Loving it.
And many more. Dial 1-800-555-KIRK or send $19.95 check or money order to Kirk Out Workout, P.O. Box 189-2346. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allows 6 to 8 weeks delivery. Not available in Canada.
Exercise your authority now, you punk! Ooh.
It's USA's Camp Midnight, starring Dick Wilson. Tonight, join Dick and his guests, All-Pro running back Eric Dickerson. From Family Ties, comedian Mark Price. From ALF, actress Andrea Elson. Actor-singer Peter Noone. From the organization Dicks of America, Dick Monaco and Dick Ruzzetti. And music from Bruce Coburn. As always, Scooter and the band. And now, here's your host, Dick Wilson.
That's so wonderful. Oh. Well, what a heartwarming audience we have here tonight. Thanks for being here with us, and thank you for being out there and watching Camp Midnight. What a show we've got lined up. The list of people on here is just, it's scary. Scooter Pietsch and the band is one of them, of course. Yeah, Scooter.
Thank you.
Scooter. Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson, big football guy. I played football for 2 weeks in the 9th grade, so we just were jabbering away. We were jabbering. Yeah. Mark Price. Mark, of course, Family Ties is over, so we're going to let...
Skippy and Scooter.
Yeah, we're going to... Yeah, there you go. Andrea Elson from ALF. Andrea has a cast on her leg. She's here. She's under pressure, but she's still performing tonight, even though she's semi-damaged. So
under pressure.
Peter Noone. Peter still looks like he did back in the 60s with Herman's Hermits, but he's
partial to this.
Yeah, he's more mature. Yeah.
Herman's Hermit.
And of course, the remarkable Dicks of America are here too.
Oh.
And
how many Dicks are here tonight?
There's a lot of Dicks here tonight. Yeah. What they want with me, I don't know. And then finally, Bruce Coburn. He's got a beautiful guitar and a good song to play. So let's do our show, huh? Shall we? You know, let me just come over here to the place where my job. This is where I work. You know, I was speaking of something else.
Power outage, Dick.
Somebody's making coffee somewhere. Yeah. You know, I was looking at some demographics for our show, and demographics, of course, are the ages of people that watch and the type of people that watch and things. And I was a little concerned to find out that Camp Midnight does not appeal to women very much in our audiences. Admittedly, it could be to the fact that our show is conceived and executed by a horde of randy bachelors, yeah, who just may be missing the point every now and then on some of the issues that do concern and the viewing pleasures of the women. So to take care of that tonight, I have invited another person on the show here to hopefully help us out somewhat as a consultant. She is the taste editor and the issues consultant for the magazine called Feminine Touch. Please welcome Victoria Prescott.
Thank
you. Well, I thought I'd stand. Yeah.
Such a gentleman. We're on the road to success.
Oh, thanks. Well, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. It is such a pleasure to be here. I can tell this is going to be a challenge. Already, I look around a very nice studio, and I see so many things that are just yelling out, change me, soften me, make me less angry. I mean, you have a very angry set, you know?
Well...
What are you afraid of, Dick?
What am I afraid of?
Well, what are you trying to prove?
Maybe not having a job here? Or is that a big fear? Yeah, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I want you to stay with us because I think you'll have some good points. Now, really, though, I don't mean this personally. I didn't want to do this. I'm happy with a male atmosphere on this show. You know what I mean, guys?
Hey! Stop it!
But the network's all hung up on numbers for some reason. I don't understand it, and so that's why we've got her out here. I'll try to do my best to get along and help you out.
There's nothing wrong with being feminine.
You know, what we'd like to do here, though, if you don't mind, I'd like to jump right into the show and do what we do right off the bat, usually.
Let's do that.
Okay, that is things that sound dirty but really aren't.
Okay.
So, here.
Okay. I promised myself I would not interrupt too much, but it really is necessary here. Things that sound dirty but aren't. That's so husky. I don't know. I'm instantly alienated. So I was thinking, instead of things that sound dirty but aren't, how about things that sound pretty but aren't? What do you think? It's kind of a twist.
Things that sound pretty but aren't. You have some with you?
Yes, I do, Dick. Let's get started.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. First, things that sound pretty but aren't. Lots of today's smart single women would like to meet a handsome young doctor so that they could discuss the ethical implications of euthanasia. That's mercy killing, but it sounds nice. See, look. Hey! Who did that? That is silly. Okay, now, speaking of euthanasia, that reminds me of war in Asia. And anytime you're mired in an unwinnable... Stop it and keep up with me. Anytime you're mired in an unwinnable, low-intensity conflict, it's a good idea to defoliate your enemy's strongholds by mixing aluminum soap and gasoline to make napalm.
That is pretty, but it's not really.
Oh, napalm. It sounds like it would be cute in your apartment, but actually it sticks to your face and burns your skin off. This is a kick. Okay, now, finally, springtime is here, ladies, and most of the ladies I know would love to receive a bouquet of flowers from a friend, maybe a bunch of gardenias or a bunch of zymbidia, but not a bunch of chlamydia.
Wait a minute.
Chlamydia sounds like flowers, but actually it's a social disease.
Thank you very much. Well, that certainly is. I guess if you ladies would like to send something in to us, I should ask for the ladies to do that?
Absolutely. Yes, ladies, could you send in any things that sound pretty but aren't to, and Dick, why don't you help me out here and read the address? Okay.
CampMidnite, Post Office Box 189, Hollywood, California, 978, or fax us to us at 818-843-FAXS. Now, we used to send pictures of Peter O'Toole if we used it on the air. What do we do now?
Okay, well, now we'll be sending you an 8x10 glossy of Angelica Houston, because her name sounds very pretty, but, well, enough said.
You know...
Hey! All right, careful now.
You know, folks, having my male domain invaded by a frilly girly girl here has certainly made me a little peckish, you know, for some food. Matter of fact, I'd like to have, with the atmosphere of the show, I'd like to kind of bring things back into balance with a little prison chili, huh? Some juicy steaks? Huh? Yeah! Wah! So what I want to do, I'm going to call up Jailhouse Jake's Tequila and Steaks and get some over here, huh? What do you think?
Oh, Dick, you're just trying to antagonize me. I think instead of tequila and steaks, why don't we think of everybody in the audience? There's a lot of us who don't want to retain water and who like things, veggies, things that are good for us, things that are heart smart. So I happen to have the menu of a lovely restaurant.
Yeah?
Why don't you hold this up if you can?
Sure.
It's Land's End Restaurant. And I would really recommend the Hearts of Palm salad, which is full of lots of vegetables and things, and we'll all feel good about that.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
I'll certainly give it a try. All right, lands in. Sounds pretty good. Tell you what, I'll call it up here while the commercials are on, and we'll be back in just a moment with Eric Dickerson. Victoria, thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, just stay around.
This is fun.
Wait a minute. Curtains back there.
Oh, they look nice. Now, see what I've got here?
What is that?
I knitted up a little cozy for your microphone because I don't know why, but I find this threatening.
Okay.
And then, look over here.
Yeah?
I put up a little picture that says, "Hi, get to know me. I'm not afraid to know you." It softens the whole feel of the place, don't you think?
Okay, all right. Yeah.
And then got some plans to just, you know, things should be living in here, just besides us people. And, oh, I'm sorry, am I getting your organ wet? Oh! Stop it now.
Oh.
You could damage some of this stuff over here, some of this equipment.
Oh, excuse me, Scooter. I think you have a little bit of an attitude. You know, you can either be a man or you can be a little boy. Why don't you think about that? And we fade to black right here.
No.
Would have been a good time.
Well, I have to interview Eric Dickerson here.
Eric Dickerson?
Yes.
Oh, he's a football player. Well, that's a little testicular for me, but you go.
Okay.
Do it.
Victoria Prescott from Feminine Touch magazine. Well, a couple of weeks ago, folks, we had Lyle Alzado on the show. He agreed to be the whole front line for the CampMidnite flag football team. And so tonight, it's time to shop for the backfield. Formerly with the LA Rams and now the NFL yardage gobbler for the Indianapolis Colts, say hello to Eric Dickerson. These people like you, Eric. They like you.
Yeah, I like them too.
Right, good man. Thanks for coming on CampMidnite.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I know you're a busy guy in the off season now, but you're doing a lot of things and traveling around in the off season. Let me just, you know, this CampMidnite flag football team, just to kind of talk you into being the backfield guy for us, I want to let you know we're going to be playing Dick Clark Productions, and their whole front line is Ed McMahon. So,
oh, that's a tough guy.
Yeah, you know, I don't think you're afraid of that at all. Hey, this fall, the first game back in Anaheim for the gang around Los Angeles will be against the Colts and the Rams, your old team.
Yeah.
How's that going to be? What kind of reaction do you get when you come back?
I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot of friends, but I don't know from down in Orange County. I probably won't be a well-liked guy, but I'm coming back for one thing, and that's business. And you know, I'm coming back for one thing, like I say, business.
And that's take care of business. Well, you've been doing that. What 1984, a great year for you. What happened that year?
I broke O.J. Simpson's single-season rushing record.
Yeah, over 2,100 yards.
Yeah, that was a great year for me.
How long is it going to be before you capture Walter Payton's?
I think everyone has asked me that question. Matter of fact, a guy asked me today. I played 6 seasons so far. I think it'll take me another 4. I think I can get it another 4 years.
4 seasons? Yeah. All right. All right. Which would make you the greatest running back that ever was. Now, don't be humble.
Well, you know how people are. Everyone has their own opinion. I can understand that. Everyone has their own opinion. So, you know.
Everybody's got a goal to go after, and
Exactly.
you got it. That's great. Yeah. Why exactly did you leave the Rams?
I like this look on your face.
Huh?
Money. I mean, one thing. Money.
Yeah.
Money.
Well, enough said on that.
We cut it short.
Yeah,
one thing about football is it's a business, and people don't realize that it's a business. It's a very rough sport, and you can get hurt very badly. And it's not all fun and games. You know, like people sit back and watch us on Sunday afternoons, and the guys drink the beer, and yeah, I hate him, I love him, you know, kill him. Yeah, and they're killing me. So, you know, you have to get as much as you can while you're on top. And, you know, I probably have another 5 or 6 years left, and that's it.
Yeah. How's Indianapolis?
Indianapolis is a real good city.
Yeah, there's some of them are watching out there because
Yeah,
they knew we were going to be on.
It's a great city, yeah.
So you're living out in Los Angeles, though, still, huh?
Yeah, I still live in LA.
What's the pad like? What's the house like?
My house?
Yeah.
Well, I have a big house. It's 9,500 square feet. I'm a bachelor, which I like that.
You need that amount to move around.
Yeah,
huh?
you know, I got to have my space in case I want to, you know, work out or run.
Sure, yeah.
It's a nice house. I live out in Calabasas. It's a very nice home, very spacious. I'm from Texas, so I have a lot of property, and I like the room.
Does Mom live back in Texas still?
Yeah, she lives back in Texas.
She's very special in your life, isn't she?
Very, yes.
What's some of the things? She's given you some tips along the way, like what?
Well, she, when the USFL was around, she advised me to go to the NFL because she said the USFL won't stay around long.
Ooh, crystal ball stuff.
Yeah, which was true. It didn't stay around long. She doesn't know much about football. And when it came down to deal with the Rams, that she kind of stayed out of. You know, she wanted me to go back, but she said, "You're a grown man, you make your own decisions." And, you know, that was one she stayed out of, which I like that.
Well, she's been very special. You've given her some nice gifts along the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's given me a lot of good things. She gave me good advice. Love is something that's not replaceable, but, you know, I bought a brand new house. I bought her house before I even bought my own house.
Yeah.
I stayed in an apartment first. I got a house built, and, you know, I give her anything she wants, she has.
Well, now, what about, let's talk about love. Any special female in your life at the moment?
No.
How do women affect you?
Me?
Yeah.
Like a woman? I mean...
Yeah. Well, I know how they affect Scooter and me. But I read somewhere that, what was it? Something about a woman backing away from you, or you backed away from...
No.
What is that?
And what I said is, I've never backed away from a woman. You meet some women who can intimidate guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some of my friends, they're like, "Man, she's good looking, you know. Oh, go talk to her." She won't talk to me. I'm like, I'll talk to her for you. You know, I've never met a woman that I backed away from, is what I said. You know, I'm not afraid to talk to any woman, but me, I'm single, and I mean, I have some girls I go out with, but that's it.
You said that football was a stepping stone at one point into something else. I don't remember.
Is.
What are you stepping to?
Well, football is a stepping stone to do almost anything you want because people know you and you really kind of get out there. And I don't want to be a commentator after I finish football, really. I mean, I think every guy who plays football, he goes to be a commentator. But, you know, if the money's right now, hey, I'll do it. But what I like to do is get into acting, is what I like to do. It's something that is so far from football, it's totally different. And I know it'll be hard because it would be like if an actor came into football and we as football players look at him like, "Come on, man, you know, are you serious?" But you have to take it serious. So if he took it serious, I mean, he'd be good at it. And that's something I think I would have to take serious, and I will take it serious.
We'll be watching for you on the turf and watching for you on the big screen, Eric. All right? And I want you to sign and bite a cup for us, if you wouldn't mind, so we can put it on our wall of fame, huh? Eric Dickerson on Camp Midnight, of course. Here. Hold it, Scooter, what's going on? You look funny. What's the deal?
Oh, Dick, I don't think that's the right attitude. We're adding an air of elegance to the show.
Well, Victoria Prescott, folks, from Feminine Touch magazine. What are you doing to my buddy?
Well, I'm thinking let's try something. Oh, I'm just making him look a little bit more spruced up. Let's try something, though. Instead of calling him Scooter, for the rest of the show, let's call him Beauregard de la Croix. It's kind of very D.H. Lawrence, very romantic, and you'll know what that means by the time I'm through with you, Dickster.
Beauregard? I don't know, man. I mean, he is a kind of a dangerous man looking. From what I read from women's magazines, women want a sensitive, supportive, and sense of humor type guy.
Okay, Dick, as long as that makes you feel better about yourself, you just believe that.
Oh, okay. Victoria Prescott, folks, helping us out on Camp Midnight. Well, though you'll recognize him, our next guest, from his role as the incredibly boneheaded Skippy Handelman on TV's Family Ties, he's more than just a guy who looks gaga eyes at Justine Bateman. All right, I want you to sit back now and enjoy a special treat. We've got the stand-up comedy of Mark Price.
Hello there, everybody. Okay, now how many people think that right now I'm going to be the funniest stand-up comedian you've seen in years, and I'm going to go on to become a comedic force of the 90s, the voice of a generation? Okay, all right, okay, now how many people think I'm just riding out the success of a hit series like Family Ties and I'll end up on Super Password? Thank you, thank you. The password is has been. Me? Has been, ding, 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 ding. Well, you understand, because us goofy neighbor guys don't usually end up winning Academy Awards or anything like that, you know. It's like, has anyone heard from Potsy lately? Okay. But I'm too young to be thinking like this. I'm too young to be washed up. I just turned 21 years old just about a couple of weeks ago. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm old enough to get into nightclubs. Very exciting. And well, I've been old enough to vote. It was weird because in 1988, for the presidential elections, for the first time, I was old enough to vote, but I wasn't old enough to drink, which was really unfair considering who I had to vote for. On election day, I needed a drink, and of course, by not letting young people drink, they just make them do things far worse. Right, you don't have to be legal to buy drugs. You know, nobody ever thinks about that. You don't see guys in back alleys going, psst, over here. You got ID? I could get in trouble. No way, you know. Instead, at 4 in the morning, they have TV, public service announcements, anti-drug campaigns. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. I must be on drugs because that looks like an egg in a frying pan. Right, now tell me this commercial is getting through to its target audience. At 4 in the morning, if someone's stoned and they see this, they're not thinking about getting off drugs, all right? They're thinking about going to Denny's for a Grand Slam breakfast. I don't want to kid too lightly about these things. These are serious problems. I'm 21. I'm of legal drinking age. My mom gave me the speech about drinking and driving and how dangerous that is, and she's right. Drinking and driving don't mix. Ironically, my mother and driving don't mix, and it's a far deadlier combination. You guys, I don't know if you have moms like this. I don't know what it is. Every time my mom stops short with me in the car, she pulls one of these. She does. Are you all right? Mom, I was fine until you punctured my lung. Do you think you could remove the Lee press-on nails embedded in my chest? And then it's so funny how we follow in the footsteps of our parents. It's like one of the strangest things a human being could do. When I stop short, now I go like this. When I'm on a date, I like to stop. Are you okay? Are you all right? Well, I'll be just fine as soon as we get out of the driveway. So now my mom's being too cautious. She's driving with the airbag already inflated, you know. Mom, that's not safe. You can't see. I know, but it's so cushy. Look. Airbags. Airbags are straight. I don't understand airbags. Maybe they save lives. I don't know. Some car companies now are putting airbags on the driver's side only. That's absurd. What if you get into an accident and there's an airbag on the driver's side only? What kind of a bad scene would that be? Oh. Oh. I think they're making cars stupider and stupider all the time. The new Suzuki Sidekick. Well, sure, that's what you do when it breaks down, you stupid piece of... Didn't mean to tip it over. Where's the car of the future? Aren't you guys ready for the car of the future already? My dad, when he was a kid, he saw a car of the future at a World Fair. It's the same car of the future. They're dangling in front of my eyes. When are we going to get there? Well, they gave us the talking car. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The key is now in the ignition. Gee, maybe that's because I now just put it there. If technology was our friend, it would give us a car that would tell us where our keys are while we're searching our apartments for an hour and a half in the first place. Gee, maybe it's behind the couch. You're getting warmer. That's what we need is a wise guy talking car, right? Officer, I was only doing 55. He was doing 70. And he's been drinking. By the way, officer, the dope is in the glove compartment. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, Mark.
Love your guts.
Come on over here. Yeah. There's a microphone right there. Out just a minute. Get that out of there. Mark Price, everyone. What a great guy. All right, sit down. Have a little. Sit down here. Yeah, let's have a little of the old chin wag here for a minute, huh? 21 years old. Now, where was the first place that you went after being 21, that you knew with confidence they wouldn't card you, or you could show them that it was...
Well, no, you go to a place you don't, not where you know they won't card you.
Well, yeah.
You're 21 now, you go to the place where they've carded you and haven't let you in.
Right, yeah.
And pissed you off and embarrassed you on dates with older women. And you go there and you show them your ID and then you give them the finger is what you do. and because it's a good thing now, I think.
Right. Well, hey, Family Ties, we loved you on it, but it's the end of Family Ties. How did this hit Mark Price?
It's the end of Family Ties?
Oh, God.
Somebody get my agent on the phone, quick! It's over. It's over.
It's wrapped.
It's almost over. We're not done yet. We've got a few more episodes left. The viewing audience will be watching it for a few more months before it ends.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But
production is over, yeah.
Not quite yet. We got a couple more left.
Yeah.
It's really funny. We're like, right now, you're seeing a man experiencing the end of a 7-year series, and it's like college or something.
Really?
College isn't even 7 years. It's like different.
No.
But how do I know what college is like? I've never been to college.
How'd you get the part of Skippy?
I was dating Michael J. Fox at the time. It's a kind of a funny story. And
yes, we'll be back in a moment. No,
it was just, I just auditioned. It wasn't a big deal thing. It was going to be a one-time part, and then it grew, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been nice.
Well, Mark, we look forward to having you on here, and we had you scheduled earlier, and you had something to do. I don't know what it was, but it's good that you came back. No, really.
I would come here anytime.
Thank you very much. And I've got a little thing for you to sign. A little cup, sign, and do the old biting thing.
Okay.
We'll see you out on the comedy trails and in another series, I'm sure, at some time.
Okay, but now that I'm 21, can we put some booze in here?
Yeah, we'll have to talk to Scooter about that. Or Beauregard, I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead, sign up there. Mark Price on CampMidnite. Andrea Nelson, come up now for a moment. Coming up, Peter Noone from Hermits, and a bunch of other gangs still hanging out to come on, so stick with us here. But right now, I got one very interesting, you know. Our next guest is an expert in everything. Matter of fact, he has the distinction of being an expert in everything, no matter how complex it may be. He's written a book, I've got it right here. He's the author of the recent bestseller. It's called I Know Everything. That's right, everything. Please welcome Mr. Herman Poindexter. How are you? Yeah, right there, sir. All right. Ooh, I mean, I wish, I've always wanted to have something I was an expert in, but it's never worked out for me, but it certainly has for you. Welcome to the show, Mr. Poindexter. May I call you Sherman?
No, thank you, Dick. I prefer to use my surname. You know, surnames date back to the 11th century when Venetian families began to hand down second names from a father to a son.
So I should call you Mr. Poindexter?
That is what I said, Dick.
Okay. So is it true that you know everything?
That is the title of my book, Dick, because it is true, not because I am a liar. Are you calling me a liar, Dick?
No. No, of course not. I'm not calling you a liar. I mean, I wanted to know about these things. No, you know, you've thrown me off a little because you're a little upset on this.
No, I'm not upset at all.
Are you all right?
Indeed.
Okay, I don't want to guest upset. We have a good show so far. I feel that...
Indeed.
Right?
Shall we go to the first question?
Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Good. All right. What we've done, folks, we've invited some people to come up and, oh, by the way, I did look through your book earlier. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. We've got a person ready to go here. We've asked some people in the audience to ask some very hard questions for Mr. Poindexter, and then he will attempt to answer them.
Attempt? Quite interesting. Before I answer each question, Dick, I will give you a chance to answer the same question in order to demonstrate that these questions cannot be answered by a man of average intelligence.
Average intelligence.
First question, please.
Yes, I'm Andy Morgan, and I'm an amateur cave explorer.
A spelunker.
Yeah, right, yeah. And I was wondering, do you know the difference between a stalagmite and stalactite?
Of course I do. Do you, Dick?
No, I don't.
Of course. How surprising. Stalactites are rocky outgrowths that hang from the ceiling of caves, while stalagmites are stony spikes that rise up from the cave floor. The best way to make the distinction about it is this. Stalactites must be very tight to the ceiling of the cave so they will not fall. Stalagmites must be very mighty or they will not grow tall. Will you be able to remember all of that, Dick?
I think I can get that, yeah. I've got that.
Would you like me to write it down for you? Next question, please.
Hi, my name is Jane. I'd like to know if you know the original name of Los Angeles and when it was founded.
A very interesting question. Care to field that one, Dick?
No. You wrote the book. You do it.
Los Angeles, loosely translated, is the city of angels. Of course, even my good friend Dick Wilson probably knows that one. However, few know that in 1781, Los Angeles had the distinction of having the longest name of any American city. El pueblo de Nuestra Señora de la Reina de Los Ángeles Porción Pequeña. Loosely translated, the village of Our Lady, the Queen of Angels of Little Portion. It's quite lovely, isn't it, Dick?
That is kind of interesting. I mean, now I come from Kansas City. What does that mean?
Loosely translated, ooh, what died?
Oh, come on
Next
now.
question, please.
Hi, my name is Sherry. I always thought that Charles Darwin thought of the theory of evolution, but recently I found that's not entirely true. Do you know why not?
A very interesting question in the field of the history of knowledge. Care to tackle that one, Dick?
No.
Well, Charles Darwin is generally credited with developing the theory of evolution. He is, in fact, indebted to numerous predecessors. Among them are the Greek philosophers Anaximander and Empedocles, the Enlightenment thinkers of Newton, Leibniz, and Desmaillet, and Darwin's fellow naturalists Georges Buffon and Carolus Linnaeus. The idea that species were, in fact, not fixed but mutable had been entertained for centuries.
That's it? Could you, like, briefly explain the evolution thing?
Man evolved from apes. Brief enough, Dick?
All right, that does it. Now, hang on just a minute here, Mr. Poindexter. All right, just answer this one. I'm not taking this. Just answer this one. I want you to tell me about the blue line in hockey.
Certainly. The blue line of a goal, from one goal to the other, is the the defensive line of a blue line where a man is defending a goal. The puck cannot be crossed around the line. Wait a minute, that's not correct.
I've got you. A little trouble there, Poindexter?
I know it.
Yeah, well, forget that one. What about this one? How come, tell me this, why are there always in hot dogs, there are 8 in the package, but in hot dog buns, there are only 6 in the package? Why is that?
That's such a ridiculous question, I shan't answer it.
Yeah, because you don't know about it, because you don't know. I thought you knew everything.
I do know, I'm just not telling you, Dick.
Yeah, really, sure. Okay, well, let's go. I'll give you one more chance. Here, and just spit this one back at me. Explain women, Poindexter. Come on, it's an easy one. Women, explain it. Give it back to me. Come on, let's hear it.
I don't know.
Yeah! Thank you. All right, get off my stage there. Go ahead, take out of here. Get out of here. Remember this, folks. These words to remember, please. It's better to be quiet and be thought of a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Thank you very much.
Up in here, and ooh, it smells so funky. What is this? Oh, we'll just put a little potpourri on you, and you smell like spring.
Scooter, have you seen Victoria Prescott around anywhere?
What? Yeah, she's up in the booth, Dick.
Oh, is she? Yeah, Brad, yeah. Director, is Victoria up there?
Yes, Dick, I am up here. I don't know why your little long-haired director isn't answering you. I think he has an attitude problem. You might want to talk to him.
Listen, Victoria, that's a very technical place up there. I want you to, please get out of the way, and don't bother them up there. They know what they're doing. Get out of the way, please.
What is that, Dick? You don't want me to fix things up around here? Ooh, excuse me, what's that I hear? I think it's the sound of female viewers clicking over to Beauty and the Beast.
Oh. All right, in that case, Victoria, go about your business. Brad, don't whine so much. Okay? All right. I want to do that. Well, folks, you might guess that a guest who works on television show with a space alien, might enter the Camp Midnight studios in a very strange way. And here she is, already beamed into our hardwood hot seat. Hey, it's Andrea Elson from ALF.
Thank you. Yeah.
This is great. I love
Well, you know, it's funny. Everybody else gets to walk in and be very graceful. I have to be preceded. I mean, it's not right. These are like it's my security blanket here.
Yeah, what's the deal? What is the deal with the leg? Let's look at this. Can we get a shot? This is the most.
Here we go.
Look at this cast.
It goes all the way up.
Look at that.
It's rough. Oh, and the toes.
Yeah,
yes.
and don't check your color. That is pink.
It's hot pink. I had a choice.
What happened? What's
colors.
the deal?
Well, you know, it's funny. Usually when I'm not going to see anybody ever again or anything, it's so easy to say skiing. That's it, you know, skiing. But that's not the case. I had surgery done on my ankle a little less than 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And I have 6 weeks to go in this thing.
All right.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you know, you get all this special attention, and people love joking around. They take my crutches and just kind of leave.
Have you learned any tricks on it yet you could show us? Any spinners?
Not yet, no, because I can't really put my foot down too much
well,
yet.
I hope
but,
that gets better.
You know, we'll learn.
Well, let's talk about how you make your money now, okay? ALF, how many years have you been on that now?
3. We're going into our 4th year.
Good. And yeah, that's great. Well, Lynn Tanner on ALF. What's it like working with ALF?
God, use your imagination. He is exactly how you see him. He's hysterical. He always keeps me laughing. He's obnoxious. I hate him. I love him. I hate him. I love him. I hate him. I mean, it's just, it's fun. He's kind of
like a brother, isn't he?
Yeah, a little pain brother, but it's fun. It's an interesting show to work on, and we laugh a lot.
I've noticed that you have learned some things from ALF. You've mentioned a time or two. What kind of things have you learned from ALF?
He's taught me to really open up. He's, you know, I don't know how many people have seen the show, but he has taught me to say exactly what's on my mind. And, I mean, sometimes it gets me in trouble as it gets him in trouble, because he just will say anything, absolutely anything. And I've learned.
You have learned that.
I used to be the shy little girl and everything.
Well, now, what's happening in the next season with your character? You're going to mature a little bit now, aren't you?
Yeah, my character's going to college. I'll still be in the show. She's going to be going to, I believe, Cal State Northridge is the school. Okay. Get some publicity for it. And I'll still be in the show, and I'll still be working, and it's going to be great. It's nice that they're letting my character develop and letting me grow up on the show, not shipping me off somewhere.
You recently, now I understand you're living back home with the family while you're...
I moved out to my own place about 9 months ago.
Well, that's what I want to talk about. What was that like? What, you know, the little place, what did you get?
It was great. It was like time to spread my wings. I have a very close family, but, you know, it was time.
Do you have a roommate?
And I live with my sister. We're best friends.
What's that like?
It's great. It's hard because we never see each other. Our schedules are so different. We actually have to make a date to see each other. So, you know, what are you doing tonight?
What does she do?
It's hard.
What kind of...
She works on the other end of the business.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. She has had no interest.
The dregs? Oh, no.
She's had no interest. She works in the office. And at NBC. And she's had no interest in being in front of the cameras. It's just always been my thing.
You do a lot of charity work, I know, when you're not in production.
When I'm not a charity case
When you're not a charity case yourself. What kind of things have you been doing?
I work a lot for Children's Hospital. I've done work all over the world, actually. I've been to Australia. I did a telethon there. I did an auction. That was for the Children's Hospital of Melbourne, Royal Children's Hospital. I was in Canada doing work in Calgary. I did a big auction. It was a big celebrity auction. And here in Los Angeles, I visit the hospital, I visit the kids. It's something that just makes me feel good and makes me happy. And it's nice that when you can walk into a child's hospital room and their face just lights up.
It's a nice experience, it sure is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing that. Now, there's something else you're doing in the little hiatus of ALF. I understand what's keeping you busy here. You're doing a little writing, huh?
I'm doing a lot of writing, a lot of reading, and a lot of mail answering. It's so hard during the year to keep up with my mail, and I was bad, and I let it slip. And
do they expect you to do this? Isn't there somebody that writes and stamps fan mail letter responses back? And
I could hire someone to do it, but I like to read all the letters myself.
Yeah.
And I like to do it. I feel, you know, if the people take time to write to me, I should take the time to write to them, and I personalize everything.
I want to know what one of the letters said. You know, what did one of the letters say?
I get some really I've got one for you, and he would actually love to see this because you can see my toes.
Yeah.
I got a letter from a guy who had a foot fetish.
Yes.
He's not watching.
Yes. Scooter?
And
I mean Beauregard? Yeah.
He had a foot fetish, and he said, I just love it when you don't wear shoes or socks. Please do it more often. Believe me, I always wear shoes and socks.
All right, let's help it. Let's get a shot of her toe right as we close out. Just get a shot of her toe. And Andrea, I'd like for you to sign and bite a cup for us. Would you do that?
Great.
All right, we'd love it. And thanks for being on with us.
Thank you.
Andrea Elson from ALF on Camp Midnight. Can you believe it?
Thanks.
Welcome back to Camp Midnight. Victoria Prescott with me from Feminine Touch magazine here, putting some feminine touches on the show because it's so male-oriented, we found. How are we doing so far?
Well, I see a few problems, Dick. You've had how many guests on the show, and I haven't really found out what makes them tick. I mean, for example, you had Eric Dickerson, and yes, you did ask him about women, but you didn't ask him what makes him cry, you know? Does he have any favorite hot weather recipes? You can mix it up and down.
Okay, well, I'm guilty.
Yes,
Guilty as charged.
Listen, you're not interacting with the people you have on the show. You have to get kind of a bond going and become their friend. Let me show you. I'm just going to talk to some of you people, and I'm going to show our host here.
You're going to talk to them?
Yes. Now, let me ask you something. Who's hurting? Who's hurting? Excuse me. Don't you look. Excuse me. Okay. Now listen. The most important thing, Dick, is that when you have an audience of men and women, don't pit them against each other. We are not enemies, all right? Now, what's the worst thing a man has ever done to you? Honey, don't be shy. It's bad. It's bad. Hold their hand. Hold their hand. It's bad. It's bad. What is it? Oh. I might have to get a tissue because I can cry too. Okay. Anyone have anything that a man's done to them that was really quite terrible? No? All right.
Yeah.
This can happen. Now, we ask another. Take a different tack. Don't be afraid to make a statement about a social issue. Alcoholism. Yes? No? Any thoughts?
Okay. I see.
Right.
That's one of our normal Camp Midnight audience people, you know.
Let me hit a man here.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Victoria, we are out of time for this, but I think I've learned something.
All right, well, listen, let me just give you one large message. Gentlemen, you are gentlemen, and break that down. That's gentle man. And we fade to commercial.
No. No, we can't fade here, Victoria.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Would have been good.
Yeah, sorry, there's something else, you know, because folks, interpersonal interaction and instructions thereof always send me scampering for the salad bar and the food's here from Land's End, so come on over this way.
All right.
Yeah, come here. Look at this spread of food. Gosh, you know, Victoria, hang on just a minute. Did you need a microphone?
No.
Look at this.
You can all hear me.
Can you hear her out there? How about in St. Louis? Fine, go to live.
Yes, careful with the touching.
Oh, I'm sorry, that is a little something. We have hearts of palm made of Belgian endive.
Oh, no. Belgian endive.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's some radicchio.
Radicchio.
It's all from Land's End, yes.
The boyishness is charming, but keep a lid on it. Don't go too far.
Okay, thanks. Well, anyway, red and white cabbage, Boston lettuce, house vinaigrette dressing, and it's all from Land's End. They're a wonderful place to eat, and we're going to invite you to come up.
Okay, we don't just eat, we dine here at Camp Midnight.
Oh, we dine. Okay, good. All right. And while they're dining, why don't I do this? While everybody's tucking away all this wonderful roughage, let's jump into our network stipulation video, folks. It's the theme hit from the hit movie The Naked Gun, and it's crooned by our next guest, Peter Noone. I'm into salad, and here's I'm into something good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This is fun, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, well, here's another song that Leslie and the Les Tones will bring their own unique style to. This one's called I'm Into Something Good. Are you ready, Leslie? Take it away. Next week, and she told me I could. I was to see, oh yeah. Something tells me I'm into something good. Something tells me I'm into something.
us in a minute on Camp Midnight. Hi, what is your name?
Bill.
Bill, what do you think? The salad, huh?
Terrific.
That's all right? All right, good. He says he's not a salad man, but he loves it. It's from Land's End. They're over in Venice, so swing over there sometime if you're out in this area. Back in a minute with Peter Noone on Camp Midnight. All right. You ever notice, Scooter, they don't clap quite as loud when they've got food in their hands? That's kind of the way it is around here.
Or in their mouth.
Yeah, really. Well, folks, welcome back to Camp Midnight. The year, let's go back a minute. The year was 1965, and this man led a group called Herman's Hermits that sold more records than the Beatles that year. And today he still rocks and croons and wows the critics for his comedy acting. Welcome, Peter Noone. Yeah. Come on over here. Yeah. Good to see you. Hey. Peter, welcome to the show.
Dick, I never croon.
You never croon?
No, but I do rock.
Let's get that. Do you rock? Okay.
I do rock, yeah.
All right.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Great video we just saw there. I like that.
I loved it. That was a good video.
I've been singing that song ever since I heard you were on. That one jumped back into my head. Was that the first one for the group?
Yeah, it first came out in 1964 before... you were around, but most people weren't.
Yeah. Some of the other people were just getting started then. Who were some of the other friends in that video?
There was Leslie Nielsen, who's
in the movie?
He's a maniac. He's not even a musician, but he's more crazy than most musicians. And Priscilla Presley, who was once married to a fabulous musician. And I was in it.
Yes.
And the Les Tones, who were the band who played on it, which were those three girls called the Les Tones.
And that song's been re-released, and it's out. We're hearing it now on the radio.
And it's a hit, yeah. It's good. I like that. I like hits.
There's so many things to talk about, and your whole life is here on two cards, Peter. Tell me about
missed everything that
what was it
happened
like in the mid-'60s to go through what you were going through? You were young. How old were you when you got started?
I was 15 when we first toured America, when Herman's Hermits first came to America, but the Beatles had just been.
Yeah.
So it was very easy because they'd opened all the doors and everything, so we just came and made shows and sang our songs.
And it was incredible. I mean, you had hit after hit after hit for years.
Yeah, we did good here. We did good in America and the Philippines were our two big countries.
Really? And England? How'd you do?
Oh, England. We had more hits in England, but we lived there, so it was easy. We were there all the time.
Yeah. What are you doing these days now? What are you up to?
Well, I have this new record out, and I'm just in the process of making a new record produced by a band called Johnny Hates Jazz, a very good English band. You heard of them? Okay, good. See, a little bit of a buzz there from the audience. See, Larry? And, I start a tour on April the 29th, an American tour, the 1989 Tour of America and Canada.
Great.
And that goes right through till the end of September. And during that time, the new album will come out. And then I'll be a huge star.
There
I'll
you
be
are
famous again.
Yeah, again. Well,
see?
Huh?
I told you.
Well, you were a mega star for so many years, and you're in kind of mega star retirement at the moment till you come back, of course.
Well, yeah, but it's just that I haven't been making records.
Did you have any sacrifices along the way there for being that? Did you miss out on anything, or what was it?
No, what happened was
you seemed so happy heading up Herman's Hermits throughout the years.
Yeah, but then I wanted to do other things. As soon as I'd headed up Herman's Hermits for 10 years, I thought maybe I should do other things. So I went and did a Broadway show for 3.5 years, Pirates of Penzance. And then I did some plays. I did one that was a huge hit in England and actually lasted for 6 months in Los Angeles, even though no one could understand a word I was saying. I played an Australian.
Uh-oh.
And I began as an Englishman, but then I became an Australian halfway through the play, which confused most people, including me. And that was a big flop in Los Angeles. But it was good for me because I got to play somebody else. And then I had a band in the 80s called the Tremblers who did pretty good. I mean, the record company made money, and we toured. And now I'm back here. I went to live in France for 3 years and became a real, I had a house. And
so you're living in this area now, right?
Well, not in this area.
Well, not right here where we are, but...
Yeah, I live in Santa Barbara.
Sure.
Yeah.
What, some of your neighbors here...
Yeah.
You're a baseball fan, somewhat, huh? You like baseball?
Yeah, I met this, actually, a guy who... I once did a show out in UCLA for the Special Olympics, and I met this fabulous, he was a pitcher called Sandy Koufax.
Oh, yeah.
And he told me that he... Yeah. He was such a nice guy. I mean, I'd been an English soccer fan all my life, and there isn't much of that here unless you're actually playing it yourself. So he mentioned the Dodgers, so I thought I would go, and a friend of mine, a Canadian friend, took me to see a Dodgers game, and I became a Dodgers fan.
How often do you get out? How often do you... Yeah.
I go...
How often do you go?
I go often, and at the same time, I knew this guy called Marty Feldman, who was a big Mets fan.
Yeah, sure. Marty, yeah.
And we used to go and fight with each other at games and stuff, and I've recently learned the rules, and I would love to be able to tell him, but he's probably up there watching the World Series replays right now.
You must have done gobs of television interviews throughout your career in history.
But this is the best one I've ever done, Dick.
I realize this is the epitome of the height of everything.
Well, you know, I can tell, you know, you've got the bench here, you know.
Sure.
I mean, I feel comfortable here on a bench. You know, most of my youth I spent sitting on park benches, watching the world go by.
Well, step me back just a few years. Like, were you Ed Sullivan Show? Were you ever on the old Ed Sullivan Show?
Sure.
What was that like? I only have a little bit of time, but what was that like?
Well, we did the Ed Sullivan Show because the week that we arrived in America, we saw the 4 seasons on it, and we said, if the 4 seasons are on this show, then it must be a happening show. Yeah. And then we did it the most. I think Dave Clark has the most shows. Dave Clark 5, we're second, and then the Beatles 3rd.
Really?
He liked us.
Incredible.
We wore suits.
Yeah.
And he took me to church. I went with him to St. Patrick's Church. He was a Catholic.
You went with Ed?
Yeah, he took me, meet me at Delmonico's tomorrow.
Kind of fathered you then, huh?
He was a nice guy. He was a good guy. He loved Herman's Hermits and Dave Clark 5 because we wore suits and we had hits.
Well, that's wonderful. And you still got, you're parked right back here in my brain forever. So thank you. Right back
There's
here,
a lot
Peter.
of stuff back there from the 60s as well, parked right there.
Yeah. Peter Noone, folks, sign and bite a cup for us, would you?
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I bite it first?
Okay. Good one.
Very good.
We'll be back in a minute on Camp Midnight. Well, welcome back to Camp Midnight, folks, on the USA Network. We're glad you're with us. Bruce Coburn coming up, going to sing for us here in just a little bit. But first, you know, my parents named me Dick so that I could go through life and be able to take a joke gracefully. It worked. Here I am today, gracefully taking this joke. But I've always known that my name should mean more than just a 7th grade giggle. And there are a group of people who have formed now to kind of take care of that and to honor Dicks like me. Here are the founders of Dicks of America. Please welcome Dick Monaco and Dick Frizzetti. Guys, all right. Hello there. There's your microphone. Hey, Dick, how are you? Nice to see you. Dick, it's always great. I don't have to remember your guy's name now. It's wonderful. How did this Dick worshiping get started? What, guys? How did this Dick worshiping get started?
Well, it's real funny, Dick, because we've been in the mail order business now for about 7 years.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, we manufactured something called a screw kit, which was a set of round stickers that had pictures of screws on them.
Yeah.
They fit perfectly over the hearts on heart bumper stickers. If you remember the I heart my dog, I heart my wife. Yeah. Well, with a screw kit, you could alter that message rather handily.
Spoken as a fine Dick. I'd like you to say one thing. This entire interview will be captioned things that sound dirty but really aren't, and sometimes are. So just remember that, folks. Yeah. That's wonderful.
Well, we were sitting around one night and looking at each other because the heart bumper stickers gradually started fading away. And we didn't know what to do. And I looked at him and he looked at me and we went, Dick! And we decided to start a club for Dicks.
How's the response been from across the country?
It's been excellent.
Phenomenal.
There's a lot of Dicks out there.
Yeah, so far we've recruited just over 5,000 Dicks.
Yeah.
And
5,000?
So far. Yeah. But we're on a heavy recruiting binge right now. We should get another 15 or 20,000 Dicks. Well, and we'll be strong.
Is there, you know, I've done my best to try to carry the Dick name. And in this show, I made sure that the guests, let's look at our list of guests here. Eric Dickerson. Peter Noone.
Subliminal Dicks.
Peter Noone. Yeah. We're going to have Bruce Coburn on, but his name is spelled Cockburn. So, you know.
Strangely enough.
I tried to get Dick Button on, the skating expert. Pete Lecoq, former Kansas City Royal baseball player. Woody Harrelson, you know, of Cheers. Chubby Checker, try this. I'm trying. Can I be an official Dick?
As a matter of fact, you can be.
We've actually formulated a rather mystic ceremony to get you into our club.
Really?
So if
Okay,
if I may hand the coveted material to Dick here.
All right.
Okay. Now, before you can look at any of this, we want you to take a little oath here.
Sure.
And what I want you to do is place your right hand on the Oh So Sacred t-shirt, and I brought a large, noticing your Adonis-like body over the TV.
Thank you. Yes.
So I'll rip.
That's a little Dick humor.
Place your right hand here.
Yeah, all right, there you go.
And repeat after me.
I'll do that.
You gotta be a moose.
Okay.
You gotta be
a moose.
To be in the Moose Lodge.
To be in the Moose Lodge.
You gotta be an elk.
You gotta be an elk.
To be in the Elks Lodge.
Be in the Elks Lodge.
But a dick can be anywhere.
But a dick can be anywhere.
There you are. Let's hear it for Dick, everybody. He's official.
Look at the gobs of supporters out here.
There's a lot of good-looking dicks out here. We're real happy about
so what
this.
do I have? I have a T-shirt. Let's just look at our T-shirt here, please. The Dicks of America T-shirt. There you go.
That's your official?
This is my... Can I open this okay?
Well, you can.
This is my instruction kit. Oh, this is nice for the back of your window.
Back of your window. Dick on board.
Dick on board, sure. Okay. And then the official sign that I can hang in my office at home.
Well, and now you're going to be on our mailing list, and you receive an issue of our quarterly newsletter called Dickin' Around. Every quarter, obviously.
Yeah, wonderful. All right, how can people become a member of Dicks of America?
It's so simple. I don't understand why everyone in America hasn't become a dick yet. All you have to do is drop us a line, Dicks of America, to Post Office Box 20782, San Diego, California. The zip is 92120. And we will send you out the official Dicks of America info packet. And hey, we want you. We think everybody should be a dick.
Now, well, what if people aren't named Dick? How can they get involved in this?
Well, they're going to have to change their middle name to Richard in order to be a member of Dicks of America.
All right. Do you have like the Dick supporters? Or anything
Dick supporters
like that?
are the wives, the wives, girlfriends of Dicks.
It's actually an auxiliary
an auxiliary unit,
unit of an auxiliary unit of our club.
Well,
why do I see an X on this screen in front of this? I don't.
Dick and Dick, I'm glad to have you on the line here on the show, and I want to do this. I want to have you just sign a cup as the two official Dicks who've been on the air, besides the Dick here, and of course Dick Clark, who you made what last year?
He was one of the Dicks of the Year last year.
Yeah, and why was he voted Dicks of the Year?
Eternal youth and talent, and he's a dick that never wrinkles.
All right, there it is. There you go, Dick.
Can't deny it.
Sign him up on Camp Midnight. We'll be back in a minute. Bruce Colbert.
Put down those signs, ladies. Dick Power, I don't even want to talk about what just happened on this show.
Well, Victoria, how am I coming with my knitting?
That's very good. See, it's good because you've got a skill now, and you can crochet that and put in some beer cans and make a little hat.
And this will get me
or
women.
Bikini.
This will get me women numbers.
Yes, you send those home to your wife. She'll be tickled that you made such a thing. Now, what we're going to do is after this, we're going to go out and buy ourselves a little cat.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. All right. Cat? We have to?
Oh, please.
Well, the Dicks are back.
What's that you're doing there, Dick?
Excuse me. When a lady is in the room, it is nice to acknowledge her presence, Dicks.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Dick, here, step right over here, Dick. Dick and Dick, this is Victoria from Feminine Touch
Hi,
magazine.
Victoria.
Bonjour.
I'd like to acknowledge your presence.
What?
But I'd also...
What's the problem?
I think we got a little problem here. I think we might have to rescind that Dicks of America membership.
Why would you do that?
Well, I think the femininity thing has gone just a little bit too far. Real dicks don't crochet doilies. So if you'd hand over your T-shirt and your membership card, I'd appreciate it.
This is really embarrassing, Dick.
Hold it. It's decision time. Just a minute.
You do have a choice.
Let's see.
You can leave that to Victoria.
Okay. Victoria and major network numbers so that the show's picked up, or my buddies the Dicks. Victoria, take this and please leave, all right? I'm sticking with the Dicks!
No, time out. I think that the three of you are so transparent, I wonder if you'll ever find real love. Now, I'm going to the Morton Downey Jr. show and do a segment on decoupage because there is a man who's not afraid to be a man.
Victoria Prescott, there she goes.
Ladies, if you have any soul, you'll walk out with me.
There she goes, Victoria Prescott. Well, thank you, Victoria. Nice try, though, anyway. Folks, my next guest is a talented singer-songwriter, and this is his new album, Big Circumstance, but this song isn't on it that he's going to do. Here to sing If I Had a Rocket Launcher, please welcome Bruce Coburn.
Here comes the helicopter, second time today. Everybody scatters and hopes it goes away. How many kids they've murdered, only God can say. If I had a rocket launcher, if I had a rocket launcher, if I had a rocket launcher, I'd make somebody pay. I don't believe in guarded borders, and I don't believe in hate. I don't believe in generals or their stinking torture states. And when I talk with the survivors of things too sickening to relate, if I had a rocket launcher, if I had a rocket launcher, if I had a rocket launcher, I would retaliate. On the Rio La Canto, 100,000 weight to fall down from starvation or some less humane fate. Cry for Guatemala with a corpse in every gate. If I had a rocket launcher, if I had a rocket launcher, if I had a rocket launcher, I would not hesitate. I've got to try. Every time I think about it, water rises to my eyes. Situation desperate, echoes of the victim's cry. If I had a rocket launcher, if I had a rocket launcher, if I had a rocket launcher, some son of a bitch would die.
Wow. Man, oh man. Beautiful guitar work. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's great. What, you know, it's hard to miss the political implications of that song, Bruce. What inspired that?
A visit to Guatemalan refugee camps in the south of Mexico in 1983. I was there on behalf of a development agency called Oxfam, and it was a trip to Central America generally that included several days spent in those refugee camps, a couple of them. The stories that the refugees told of what made them become refugees in the first place and the terrible conditions of the camps themselves combined to kind of produce a rather shocked state in me, I suppose is the word, you know, kind of traumatic, because I'd never seen anything like that in the flesh before. Of course, we've all seen those things on TV, but
yeah.
But the level of political repression and the ferocity of the violence that was taking place in the highlands of Guatemala that these people were fleeing from was things that I hope I never hear again, you know, the things that were happening to those people.
Yeah.
And at the same time as they had fled from this awful violence, they were sitting in these refugee camps with no food, no medicine, nothing, thousands of them, and it was very close to the border, and the helicopters of the Guatemalan military were flying back and forth routinely along that border. And they were known, although they didn't do it while I was there, on more than one occasion they were known to fly over the camps and strafe them, just to kind of keep people reminded of what,
yeah,
you know, what the politics are.
It's not on this album. Where can you get that song?
That's on an album called Stealing Fire.
Is it?
From a few years ago.
Tell me about this one. The Big Circumstance.
Big Circumstance, well, it's hard to know where to start with that one. It's the latest one. It's the best.
The latest and the best.
It's the one to buy, folks. The songs on it are the product of a number of different kinds of experiences, really. There's everything from love songs to a song called Where the Death Squad Lives, which is from Central America also. There's several songs from a trip to Nepal that I took a couple of years ago.
Well, grab it, folks. Listen. Boy, I love that guitar work. That's beautiful. Thank you for coming on. And I want you to sign and bite a cup for us. Just put the little tooth indentation on there.
Don't you know these are poisonous?
Yeah, we know. That's why we're trying to get rid of them here.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. Bruce Coburn, folks, on Camp Midnight. Be back. At midnight, a woman who's really turning heads, Linda Blair, plus Christine Hodge, Simone from Head of the Class. Call your friends and threaten to smack them if they don't watch.
USA's Camp Midnight, next Friday.
Hey, thanks for being with us on Camp Midnight tonight. It's been a fun show. Victoria Prescott, we do love you wherever you are. We really do. And thanks, Eric Dickerson, for being on, Mark Price, Andrea Elson, Peter Noone, Dick Monaco, and also the other Dick Frizzetti. And next week, our guest is Bones. See you next week. No need for explanation. See ya.